Good evening, James. Thank you for your post. I watched your video and I wanted to respond to the part where um, you have a lot of Spanish-speaking people who reside in Texas. And I live in Florida, South Florida specifically, where there are lots of Latinos, Latinas, and Haitian Creole speaking people. The cassette forms that I pulled were very wordy and lengthy and just lengthy. And so I believe that this would be extremely confusing for an interpreter. And like you, I tried finding consent forms in Spanish. There are a few here in Florida, different agencies. The agency that I pulled did not have a Spanish consent form. However, I found an article and it spoke about how consent forms should be kept to a sixth grade level of reading, and that would help with the legal issues and with explaining technical legal terms, which I completely agree with because when translating it, or if you don't have a translator trying to explain some of these terms, might be confusing for the client. That information is found by Ennis and Wilkes, 2016. Also, I found another article by Thomas and Petit, 2017, and they said the key issue in recognition that in consent forms rests on pervasive Western culture, notions of autonomy and individuals and contractual nature of social relations that adults choose to enter into. So this brings up another point of where sometimes our consent forms, they just include individualistic thinking and Western culture thinking, whereas some cultures don't have that. Maybe a tribal member needs to make that decision. So these are just thoughts to think about in working with different ethnic diversity groups. Thank you. Have a good evening.